As I said before, we are all energy. Everything in and around us is energy. Whenever we feel stuck in an area of our lives or something isn't going right, it's generally because there's a blockage. Now, this block creates frustration and negative feelings, which prevents the flow of positive energy, and it blocks us from having the things we want. And we need some kind of release. Imagine a volcano. It has a lot of heat and energy moving around within it. And if there's no way for it to vent or let out some steam, it eventually explodes and wreaks havoc on anyone and anything around it until the dust settles and things begin to calm down again. But everything that was nice in the area is now either dead, gone, sick, buried, or will have to regenerate. Even if volcanoes occasionally let out some steam but cause damage by doing it, there's still damage that has to be overcome. This is something I want you to look at for yourself. If you compared yourself to a volcano, do you notice there are ever any times that something bothers you, you get frustrated or upset, even if you don't know why, the tension builds up inside until either you blow up or do something to let out the steam? And when you do vent or blow up, or do something to release the tension, is it something that really makes you happy? Or is it something that solves a problem temporarily and then possibly hurts yourself or someone you care about in the long run? Humans can be considered similar to volcanoes in the fact that if we don't let out some steam in a healthy way, it can build up and have very damaging effects on our immediate surroundings and the people in our lives. There are many ways to release energy and tap into the freedom of creative energy flow. Bear in mind that when anything has any component that goes against one of our core values, that it isn't going to do anything more than provide an immediate and temporary release. But in fact, in the long run, it may be adding to the pressure that's building up from within. For example, take affairs. They often come with a price. There's usually one or more parties that aren't being truthful with themselves and or others, and therefore people can feel hurt. This is where one aspect of self is being served and another aspect of self is being neglected, which is a short-term solution that will cause long-term difficulties. And if freedom in that area is something that you truly want for yourself to be happy, that's possible. But you've got to have authentic, communicative, loving, and respectful communication in order to have that come about, okay? So aside from that, there are many other ways to find freedom, enjoyment, and energy release too. So things like dancing, music, writing, sports, singing, exercise, banging on pots and pans, running around at the park, gardening. The most effective ways are the ones that you can fully are in line with your values. I teach various ways to unblock and release energy and tension in my creative blueprinting fulfillment workshops and in some of the other programs and events that I host. One of the things that I do personally is that sometimes I sit down at my keyboard and I play out anything that's on my mind. I actually play my feelings, even if they sound terrible, or I dance, or even if it looks funny. The point is that I just recognize it and I let it flow. And nothing feels better than having the freedom of being aligned with yourself and your energy and just letting it flow. So when I have things going on the inside and I get stuck in a rut somehow, or my mind just won't let me feel better, I sit down at the keyboard, take my headphones on, and I start playing my emotions. Now, it may be one note here and one note there if I've got really low energy and I might even not want to play. It sounds different every time. But depending on what's going on in my life or the lives around me is how it comes out. But after a few minutes of resistance to playing the keyboard and allowing my feelings, it starts to open up this energy shift. And after a few minutes, I start to feel lighter and happier. And before I know it, I'm starting to compose music and have a good time. It's the exact same feeling that can happen with dancing and exercise. First it's resistance, then it's allowing, and then it's flow and release. It's allowing yourself to freely flow, and that's the key. So whatever you have to do to be comfortable to flow freely, whether it's wear headphones, close the door, pretend that nobody can see you, whatever it is, let it flow. The more you overcome your own judgments, the less you'll be concerned with other people's judgments. At some point, you won't even worry at all about what other people think, and you'll just be your authentic self, letting it flow, and you'll have such a good time. And things will get even better, because you'll know that all of your choices, including your energy release techniques, are totally in line with your values and adding to your life daily. So your homework today is just to try out different things to release energy. You may find you like something you didn't know you did. Just find some things that feel good to you and share what you found below. Other examples are playing an instrument, playing with your kids, painting, screaming, cleaning, many more. And I'll see you tomorrow. And oh yeah, I hope you're keeping up with your happiness habits checklist. You'll get an updated one along with the morning and bedtime routine on the very last day of this program. And in the meantime, I would love to hear the top 3, like the best parts of your day today. If you can share those below, that'd be awesome. I was going to end it there, but I can't. Because there's something I really want to stress. You know how I said first it's resistance? When you're trying things out today, recognize that a lot of the things that you want to do or want to partake in, you'll have resistance to in the beginning. It'll feel highly uncomfortable. You might not want to do it. Sometimes when I go to play a game with my kids that I haven't played in a long time, I feel like I've almost forgotten it, or I don't really have that. I don't know, it's just harder for me to get into than it used to be when I would run around. But, you know, whatever it is, whether it's dancing and you're out in public, you know, and you want to start dancing, there's a bit of resistance, but you want to do it, that's totally normal. So work through, just start a little bit and work through that resistance, because it will open up and you'll be able to get out there and let it flow. See you tomorrow.